We know that Russian intelligence services, which are part of the Russian government, which is under the firm control of Vladimir Putin, hacked into the DNC, and we know that they arranged for a lot of those emails to be released. And we know that Donald Trump has shown a very troubling willingness to back up Putin, to support Putin.
Peter Schweitzer also chronicled her links and the foundation's, Clinton Foundation's links to Russia and Vladimir Putin.
Hillary Clinton right there claiming Russia is behind the hack of DNC servers, suggesting it's to help Trump.
But our next guest says it may not have been Russia, but the NSA.
William Binney spent decades inside the agency and is the architect of a surveillance program. He joins us live right now from Baltimore. Bill, when you have heard a number of Democrats, including Hillary Clinton, say, well, it's the Russians because they love Trump, what's your observation?
Well, I guess the first thing I would look at and think about is the attack. It's a well-known attack, and so therefore a lot of people know it. So the whole idea is you need to prove who it is that did it. Rather than, I know that a lot of people in our government like to make the Russians enemies, so if you use them as the primary culprit, then it diverts attention from the basic issues.
Right. You say there's a possibility that the NSA was the one who hacked the DNC and somehow gave it to Julian Assange?
Well, that's the whole point. I guess there is a possibility of that simply because they've got the emails. They collect them through the Fairview program, which has almost 100 taps on the fiber network inside the U.S. distributed with the population. They collect content and metadata at the same time. So it's all there, and they have it already available. And FBI, by the way, has direct access to those databases. So without oversight, there's no oversight of that.
So, Bill, you're saying that whatever emails sent in this country, the NSA's got them. They've got Hillary Clinton's email one way or another. So, but why have they? Somebody, well, I guess it's politics, right? They would say, oh, it's Russia.
That's right.
But if there are fingerprints of Russia, isn't that something hackers do to make it look like it's somebody else and not me?
Yeah, but see, all of that is available in the network log. All they'd have to do is go in the network log and analyze it to see who was accessing it. The IP addresses and all the MAC numbers coming in tell you the devices and where they are in the world. So you can look around and find out who really did it, and that's what they need to prove.
Right.
They haven't done that yet. That's the point.
How come they can't figure out if anybody hacked into her emails on a private server, but they sense that this is Russia that did it? Are they the clumsy ones or the coy ones? Which Russians, who are the real Russians?
Well, you see, it's an attack that was used by Russian hackers in the past. There's several points here. One, it's a well-known attack, so that means many people know about it and have the way to do it, and they could execute it too. And number two, it's being a known attack, then all the service providers that provide security for your networks should be able to defend against it. And that raised the other question is why isn't that they weren't defended? It's the same problem with OPM when that was hacked. The whole idea was that why weren't they protected? Well, there's several possibilities here, too. Yeah. Number one, the intelligence agencies like to have views into devices or through systems, networks, and firewalls and things like that. So that means that they'd like to have those weaknesses sustained. They don't like to fix them. So if you don't fix things, you know, you stay weak and exposed, and that's really what's been going on.
It looks like it. Bill Binney, he's the architect of the surveillance program. Bill, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's an eye-opener.